Alright fellas, we're going to do a little Trans Am update here. I had actually filmed this video about 6 months ago and there was no sound, so here we are again. Not much has changed on the car though since then, but I haven't really done like an overall update of the car since I did a lot of stuff to it. So obviously the wheels and tires, I got those on there, the OE wheels. I like them, you know, they seem to be weathering pretty good. The Kumho tires, they're alright. Not bad for the price. I don't think I would get them again, but they're not bad. Got the brakes on there. I actually had to put one of the calipers from my V6 Firebird on this car because my stock caliper like had a sticky piston or whatever. So you know, I did the Corvette brakes on my V6 track car, so I took the stock caliper from the V6 and put it on this car. It's, you know how it goes. Coming inside though, not much has changed in here. I did put the key audio speakers back there, the CDT speakers in the back seat here. Big improvement, really nice. I still have to put the little grills back on them, but they're working good. I got the car dyno tuned in May. Got the Speed Engineering True Dual exhaust put back on. I did actually had them weld some spiral mufflers inside of the bullet mufflers. It looks like a little auger. That's what it's called, an auger muffler. That quieted it down quite a bit. Smoothed out the sound, virtually eliminated all the drone. So really a pleasant exhaust now. Really sounds good, great tone, very manageable volume. Pretty happy with that. If you'll notice, the rear end is sitting a little higher. I put 1/2-inch lift pucks under the back because I was having issues with it bottoming out all the time, so I had to replace the bump stops. Kind of dumb stuff, but stuff that had to be done. I did a full LED conversion on the back here. That's nice. You can take a look under the hood. So in the last couple of years, I've replaced every accessory component on the engine except the AC compressor. I did fix the AC, so the AC does work now, but everything else is all new. The water pump, power steering pump, alternator, all that's all new. Headers, obviously new. Did the master cylinder brace, strut tower brace. I had to replace a couple spark plug wires. The headers were melting. I might have put the heat shields on them. But put the car on the dyno, got it tuned, 341 to the wheels. So not bad, not bad. Right in line with what it should have been doing. So that was cool. Seems to be running okay. Stopping okay, turning okay. I like to get some sway bars on it. I put the sway bars on my V6 Firebird and that came out pretty nice. So I'd like to do that on this car too, because at sway bars, there's virtually no downsides to them in my opinion. They just make the car corner a lot more flat. Got the decals on there, Pontiac on the back, Trans Am on the door, the bird on the front. So yeah, I mean, pretty basic stuff. You know, the paint's still a little chipped up on this door. Chip there, a couple chips there, chunk out of the rocker. That was all there when I bought the car 5 years ago. Coming to the front, we got the halo rings. They're not on at the moment, but I think you guys have seen those before. For some reason, my headlight motor is... I can hand crank it down to be flush, but it never really does that on its own. I've looked at the stops and everything. It looks okay, so I don't really know what's happening there, but pretty minor thing. Windshield still got a big crack in it. Kind of mad about that. Safe Flight quoted me like $400 to replace it, and Safe Flight did the windshield on my V6 Firebird and they did not do a very good job, so I've been kind of dreading having to get this one replaced, but that's how it goes, I guess. But the new clutch, the LS6 clutch and the Tickmaster cylinder are both doing pretty good. Haven't had any issues with them. I'm getting a clutch pedal click. It's kind of weird. I'll see if I can replicate it here. I think it's due to, from what I've read, I think it's due to the spring, like the return spring is broken or something. But listen to this. You see that click? It's kind of annoying. Gets pretty old. But I think it's the clutch return spring. So if I'm ever feeling brave, I could try to mess with that a little bit. But I finally ditched the previous owner installed diamond plate sills here. I just got the stock ones from Hawks. So I much prefer these. I don't know what the older guy was thinking. But just yesterday, my mirror had been flopping around. It's a pretty common thing because the bracket that supports this cracks. So the mirror had been flopping all over the place. So from Hawks, it was about 60 bucks, so it's kind of expensive, but now it's nice and sturdy on there. No big deal. Took me, I don't know, 15 minutes to install. Not a hard thing. But as for like future plans for the thing, I have CTSV brakes for it. Unfortunately, I have to either get a spacer or a different wheel to run them. So I'm not like super thrilled about that. I'd like to have better brakes on it, because when you're at, you know, highway speeds or something in Michigan, I don't know if this is just a Michigan thing, but when you're on the highway, you have to do like a lot of like fast stops, just like the way traffic's designed. So it's kind of weird, but I don't know if that's a every state thing or just a Michigan thing. But so I'd like to have better brakes on the car to be able to handle that. I really do like the wheels. I think they look good. I wouldn't mind them sitting out a little further, so that would be nice. I might look into some kind of spacers or just a different wheel altogether. But for now, it's doing okay. I don't really drive the car that much. I've put, I don't know, 4,000 miles on it this year. Something like that. Maybe 5. But I go back and forth on the WS6 hood. I really like this hood. I think this hood looks good. It's in really good shape. It's probably one of the better panels on the car, actually. So that's why I'm kind of hesitant to ditch it. And it fits really good. You know, the gaps are all nice. But it is kind of boring from some angles. It does look like it could be a little more aggressive. So maybe the WS6 hood would be nice. But I've been fixing so many things on other cars and this one that, you know, something as unnecessary as an aftermarket hood has just not been high on the priority list. But yeah, I mean, it's been a pretty cool car now that I've got it all fixed up. I'm still fighting some exhaust rattles. The speed engineering headers are still rattling on the K-member. The speed engineering exhaust, it has an occasional rattle up on the heat shield kind of over axle area under here. But it's not bad. It's not bad. A local shop actually put it on for the... I've had this exhaust on 3 times now. I put it on the first time, and they put it on the second time and the third time. This time is definitely the best it's been, but I mean the header is still banging around. I'm gonna do a POV drive later, and it'll be a separate video, but you'll be able to hear it. I think the rattle. It is kind of irritating, but it's not too bad. The ground clearance is pretty good. I don't know if you'll be able to see it in the daylight under the car, but it's not bad. I've only ever scraped it on one thing, and that was the 4-post lift, actually. Other than that, I haven't scraped it on anything. But it sounds really good now with those spiral muffler insert things. Really cleaned it up. Because before, the speed engineering exhaust, it sounded awesome. It was incredibly awesome, but it was super loud. So it was really easy to, you know, get unwanted attention. And on the highway, it was awful. It was super, super droney. Especially with the F-body, and you got the hatchback and it's all glass. So this is just like a big echo chamber back here. It was not good. But now with the spiral mufflers, and the spiral muffler is only about 20 bucks. So for 2 of them, I think I got 2 of them for like $38 or something from Summit. They were Patriot H3844s, I believe. And they come with 3 rungs on them, 3 spirals, and I cut the second one, or I cut the last one off, so there was just 2 spirals. And the local shop welded them inside of the speed engineering mufflers for me. And that I'm telling you guys, it worked out really nice. It kept the sweet tone, but it cut down all the drone and cut down a little bit of the volume. Wide open throttle is pretty reasonable now, but it still sounds really good. So I'm very happy with how that came out. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to getting different wheels at some point. I really like these for the money. I don't think you can beat them. But yeah, I mean, they could sit a little further out, like quite a bit. I would be okay with that, especially in the back. The front actually is okay. I don't really care. I would just want them out so I could fit bigger brakes, but in the rear, they are quite far in. But for the money, it's worked out okay, and they look good. You know, people give me compliments on them. Oh, what wheels are those? I'm like, oh, well, they were like 500 bucks on the internet, so not too bad. But yeah, I mean, car's still alive and kicking for now. We'll see. I might do a little trip with it in the next few weeks. I don't know. Depends on how brave I'm feeling, I guess. But yeah, It's not a bad car. Not a bad car. Not now, anyway. It took me a long time to get it, so it wasn't a bad car, but she's coming together. But thanks for watching, guys. Any questions, leave a comment. If you want me to make any more videos with this thing, go ahead, drop a comment. Try my best. There's this one guy that's really been like, do a POV drive with the Trans Am, and he's left a comment like on every video I've ever had. It's telling me that, and I'm like, dude, I live in like Detroit, man. It's not like that impressive of a drive to go around here. I go like 35 miles an hour everywhere. He's like, oh, you know, do it anyway. I'm like, okay, fine. So whoever that guy is, he's gonna get his POV drive today. I am gonna film it right on the way home from this, so that guy's wishes will be granted. Unfortunately about 4 months late, but you know, I'm trying my best here. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys.